Well, welcome back to the 9th episode of this series of Rocks to Reefs. You've caught up with us at Adcock Gorge, and we're making our way now into the last third of the Gibb River Rd as we head west towards Derby. So come along and see what we get up to. From Adcock Gorge, we continued heading west. Now the next logical destination to go to would be Bell Gorge or Silent Grove, but unfortunately that was closed at this point in time, but it was expected to reopen in a day or two. So we continued heading west through the King Leopold Ranges, and we went out to Mount Hart. Now Mount Hart was our fill-in because we couldn't get up to Mitchell Falls because again, that road was closed. And it was too far back for us to plan to double back to Mitchell Falls. So yeah, this is us heading through the King Leopold Ranges and heading into Mount Hart. Because we didn't plan to go into Mount Hart, we didn't really know what we were going to find, but we did find a really cool track in there with about 50 water crossings, if I remember correctly. Some were dried up, some were small, and the last one, just before you get to Mount Hart itself, is I guess the biggest one on the track. It's not that big, but you know, it's still good fun. Well, we've made it into Mount Hart and we're all set up, as you can see. We have a nice little camp spot here. It's down on the edge of the creek, but it is fairly busy here. There's quite a few vans and other campers, as you can see. So yeah, we found a little spot here to tuck ourselves in, got the creek, got plenty of shade from the trees. Nice, sort of fairly peaceful spot. Bit of noise from a few people running generators, but not the end of the world. They'll be turned off soon enough. It looks like quite a few people are going up to watch the sun go down. We might have a look at doing that tomorrow. But for now, we're just going to bring out the table, play a game or two of cards, have a drink, have some snacks, and just relax. That's sort of what Jess and I have been doing. We've sort of done a day of driving and then a day of relaxing and not doing much. So today's been our day of driving, so we're not going to go and rush out and go and do sunsets and gorges and stuff. We'll go and do that tomorrow, and we'll just we'll enjoy a bit more of a relaxed life around camp this afternoon. So yeah, been a heavy dew the last couple of days, so I have got the awning out to try and reduce the dew on the table and the chairs and stuff. So fingers crossed that works. And yeah, I'll give you a bit more of a look around now. So brought out the big table because it's easier to play cards. Jess is getting some snacks and stuff out now. Coming around this way, we'll show you a bit more of the camp. Got the washing line out. Everyone needs some ratchet straps for various bits and pieces, collecting firewood, washing lines. And here's the creek. Now the creek, I believe you're able to swim in it, and I believe just up around the corner there they've got a jetty and whatnot to jump off of and make make your life a bit easier getting in and out of the creek. So we might look at that tomorrow if we're having a lazy morning and want to go for a swim. But otherwise there's a gorge that way and a watering hole down that way that we might go and visit tomorrow as well, and you're able to swim in both of them. So we'll just see how lazy we're going to be and that sort of thing, and go from there. But anyway, we set up. We're going to have a game of Phase 10, if you're familiar with Phase 10. and a few snacks. Gonna get another beer out of the fridge and enjoy camp life. Anyway, we'll see you later on.
Morning everyone. So this morning we haven't quite decided what we're doing yet. It's our full day at Mount Hart. Apparently I have to do the talking. I don't do enough talking. So Graham has stolen my thunder of cooking breakfast after I got it all ready. So yeah, he's making himself look good.
Slave away.
He's not slaving. So yeah, awesome night last night at Mount Hart. Very peaceful, fantastic sleep. Went to have a shower this morning, but the showers are cold, so hence I look a mess. So yeah, well, hopefully the showers start working later after brekkie. And then we actually hadn't done much research of Mount Hart, so it turns out there's quite a few gorges and stuff to go visit, so we might do that. Or we might just have a lazy day at the car. We haven't decided yet, but either way, we'll keep you up to date.
We're just doing a bit of exploring around Mount Hart now, going down to the river, going up to Annie's Creek. A few nice bits and pieces to see, but not a whole heap to show you. Creek crossing at Annie's Creek still closed. It's up to my chest and there's some big rock boulders in it, so waiting for that water level to come down before they will open the creek crossing. A few people have tried to cross it and swamp the cars, so I wasn't going to join that list of people. I was quite happy to stay away from the water. I'm going to try and leave somewhat early-ish tomorrow morning to get into Bell Gorge. We just had a chat with the head ranger whilst we were filming, and yeah, he gave us all the info and whatnot for the opening of Silent Grove and Bell Gorge tomorrow. So with that, being armed with that extra information that not everyone else knows will mean that hopefully we can get in ahead of them. I should see you smirking there, Jess. She agrees with my plan. So yeah, anyway, we'll see you when we get back to camp. Good morning, everyone. We have decided to make the decision to wake up early and head for Bell Grove. So today is the first day that it opens. We spoke to a lot of campers at Mount Hart who said they're all just waiting there till it opens. So we didn't want to get stuck behind a big caravan or camper trailer or whatever on the single track 50-kilometre road out. So we've decided to go to the pub last night for a feed. We didn't have to make anything dirty, didn't have to set anything up, and then obviously we just set up the tent and quickly packed up the tent. So yeah, we're on the road now, and yeah, in a second, once the sun comes up a bit more and whatnot, we'll share our thoughts on Mount Hart with you. Just a bit of a reminder to everyone, you can also find us on Great Off-Road Adventures at Facebook and Instagram, and there we are posting all our photos and other bits and pieces from the trip, so make sure you head over and check it out. Well everyone, this is our camp at Silent Grove. I'm just going to get out of the ants. Come over here from Mount Hart. At Mount Hart we actually end up running into a couple subscribers, and because of the mad rush to get camps at Silent Grove, we said to them, let's see if we can't get a site together. So that's what we've done. So shout out to Luke, Bindi, Oliver and Chloe. I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. Yeah, we've just thrown a bit of stuff around and sort of try to reserve our site. And now we're going to head up to Bell Gorge and go and see what it's all about. Let's go see. The place is slowly filling up. I think it's going to be pretty busy here because it's only just opened, and it's going to be quite a lot of people coming from both east and west wanting to get to Bell Gorge on their trip. So we're lucky. I think we've got a good spot. Let's go see what Bell Gorge is all about.
We've just pulled up at the car park at Bell Gorge now. Graham's just putting his shoes on. We've been told it's roughly about a half-hour walk in. So yeah, I figured sneakers is the best option. So we'll get our shoes all sorted and then we'll start walking in. So looking forward to this one. A lot of people say this is a really good walk. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like.
Right, well we've made it sort of 2/3 of the way into Bell Gorge. And I'll show you this. So that's the Bell Gorge Falls behind us. All you have to do is actually cross over the river here and then go up the far side. I think you can see those people over there. Then you can come back down and you can swim at the bottom of the falls. So I'm going to pack you up and put the camera gear in the dry bag, take our shoes off and get wet feet. Yay! What a magic place. One of the shorter walks, not the shortest, but one of the shorter walks. But the last bit's a little bit technical. Nothing too hard, but a little bit technical. But the reward's well worth it. I can't wait to go for a swim. Well, what I'd recommend if you're coming up this way is to grab yourself a little day pack. This one's actually a camera bag. So I've got about half of it allocated for camera gear, but the top half we can pack our water bottles, towels, snacks and stuff into. Some of these walks are, you know, they're not just a 5-minute walk. There's a little bit to them. And so it's nice.
You may want to stay longer at the water.
Correct, or you may want to stay down at the gorge longer. Seen quite a few people like pack lunches and whatnot in their bags and take their lunch down to the gorge, and I would recommend that as well. But the backpack or day bag, whatever, just frees up your hands for the walk, so you're not having to carry everything, which is quite useful when you're having to sort of clamber over a few boulders and I think pretty much every walk we've been on, we've had to do at some point some clambering. But yeah, that would be my recommendation. That way you can pack your supplies and stuff in your bag, and your hands are free for the walk.
So we got back from camp a little while ago, had lunch because I was a bit hungry after our walk, and we've basically been chilling by camp again. It's super easy here to just sit down, relax. I've had the audiobook going, and Graham has apparently been listening in and decided that he wants to listen to my book now, so I got stuck filming, unfortunately. So yeah, so I think this afternoon we'll just relax, keep chatting to our neighbours and, you know, having a good time. Another big thing about the Kimberley is the community here. I definitely encourage you when you're travelling to, you know, say hello to your fellow travellers. We've met some amazing people this trip, learnt heaps. We've learnt about different camp setups, good places to go visit all across Australia, and got a lot of FOMO. So Graham and I are currently trying to work out how to do a 6-month trip on the East Coast, because that would be amazing right now and so much better than thought of going back to work in a week or two. So yeah, I think tonight we've got kebabs. Probably won't film that because it's just boring kebabs. But yeah, so hope you're enjoying the video, and we'll get hopefully a nice shot of tonight's sky. The moon's still a bit light, but we'll see how we go. Everyone, so we had a bit of a sleep in this morning, had some brekkie. We've just packed up the car, so we're heading from Silent Grove campgrounds at Bell Gorge today to Windjana. We've done our booking and everything, so should be no issues. Hopefully we'll get to go do Tunnel Creek this afternoon too. So yep.
Well everyone, it's time to show your support for the channel. Minimize the video, let it keep playing, go and smash that like button, the subscribe button, and enable the bell for notifications for when the rest of the series comes out. Well everyone, we're at Tunnel Creek now. So it's in the ranges behind us. Just pull up here in the car park, gonna make ourselves some lunch and then jump into the walk. It's pretty hot and pretty dry out here, but that's all right. We'll be quick and then we'll get in the shade of the tunnel. There's a bit of information and stuff on the information boards over there, and we'll find out what it all is when we head over, and we'll let you know. Tunnel Creek sold itself to me already. Awesome. It's just like a oversized version of Stockyard Gully Cave near Jurien Bay. So Stockyard Gully doesn't have water. Tunnel Creek is a lot longer and it has water. So it's just that next level. What do you think, Jess? What do you think?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's not like anything I've done recently. It's a bit eerie though, walking in the dark.
Yeah, but awesome fun. And if you're in the area, I would definitely be checking this one out if you like a bit of an adventure, which we do, so it's all good. Yeah. Well, it most certainly pays to have a keen eye when you're out in the wilderness exploring. What you're looking at here is a freshwater crocodile doing a spot of fishing in Tunnel Creek. We spotted him on our way back from the end of the tunnel to the start, and what he does, he sits there in the water flow with his mouth open. As the little fish come down the water flow, he chomps them. And yeah, Jess and I consider ourselves very fortunate to have been able to see this in the wild, and it's one of those memories from the trip that's going to stick with us for a while. Well, having gotten into Windjana Gorge and our camp for the night, it was time for us to sit down, do a bit of relaxing and use the amenities, which included a hot shower and a flushing toilet, which is pretty good going for a national parks campsite. So that was us for the afternoon: snacks, dinner, hot showers, toilet, and we were off to bed for the night. Well, good morning everybody. Welcome to Windjana Gorge. I don't think I showed you much of the campground yesterday because it's very busy and it's just a dust bowl. So there is an on-country meeting happening at Windjana at the moment, and they've actually taken over half the campground. So they've taken over the quiet area. So that's meant that all the campers, so all the generator users and all the non-generator users have all had to push in and use the one space. So yeah, it's very busy, a lot of people, and unlike Silent Grove and Mount Hart and whatnot, where there's been a bit of grass and stuff on the floor, it is literally just dirt and bull dust on the floor. So hasn't been the most peaceful and enjoyable camping spot, but luckily we're only here for a night, so it'll serve its purpose for us and then we'll move on. So yeah, this morning we are just going to do a bit of brekkie, throw down the setup, probably just leave the car where it is, and then head in for the walk through Windjana Gorge. Hopefully it's a good walk and it makes up for the night's camp, and then we will cruise from here to Derby, and then there's a bit of a surprise in Derby for us. Jess and I know what it is, a bit of a surprise for you guys, but touch on that when we get there. So yeah, that's the plan for the day. Guess we should start swinging in action.
Just got into the base of Windjana Gorge walk. We've read the sign. We're a bit limited today, unfortunately. We've got to make sure we get to Derby in time for our surprise. So yeah, we're gonna start with the time walk and keep going until we hit our time limit and then head the way back, hoping to see a few freshies hopefully, and enjoy the view. This is quite unique. It used to be part of a reef system, unlike some of the other gorges we visited, so looking forward to it. Windjana Gorge definitely does not disappoint. You'll see me joking throughout the episodes about seeing crocs, especially salties. No salties here in Windjana, which is nice when I'm standing this close to the water, but we have seen about 9 or 10 freshies already in a 15-minute walk. You might be able to see the big boy behind me just here, sitting having a nice sunbake. That's pretty much what they've all been like. Some have been like right close, where they've probably been 1.5 meters from us, just chilling, doing their thing. Obviously got to be respectful, let them have their space, but it's just incredible to see so many freshies and how they're chilling their day. It's a beautiful day today, I don't blame them. So.
Well, we've had a good stroll down Windjana Gorge, spotted a heap of crocs, got some photos and bits and pieces of them, so hopefully something there turns out good. And now we're just making our way back to the car. So, what did you think of Windjana?
I loved that we didn't have to work to find freshies. They were literally everywhere and just totally different rock face.
Yeah, exactly. Whole different gorge type than everything else. The walk's easier than everything else because you're not having to climb over boulders and stepping stones.
So when you're a little bit wolfed out or gorged out, it's a refreshing change.
Yep. And yeah, some stunning views and some crocs to see, which is always a good change. So yeah, we'll head back to the car, grab a drink, maybe grab an icy pole, and then we'll be on the road to go and finish the Gibb. Which
sad.
I'm excited for finishing the Gibb, but I'm sad for finishing the Gibb because I don't want the good times to end. It is what it is. Well everybody, we have made it to Derby and this is pretty much the end of the Gibb River Road. Now from Windjana down to here, it's pretty much been bitumen.
Yep.
So
not really much to show.
Exactly, there really hasn't been a great deal to show you. We're at the other end now, we've got our sign. We'll have to get another photo with it. We're going end to end. No real change to it whilst we've been along the road, so yeah. Anyway, we'll get out of the hot sun and we'll get somewhere more quiet and we'll share our thoughts on the Gibb with you in another segment.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right, on to the surprise. Well, you'll have to come back in the next episode in a fortnight's time to see what the surprise is. I'm not going to give it away to you now. That's the end of episode 9. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll see you out there one day on the tracks and trails. If not, happy safe adventuring and we'll see you in the next video.